Now have this report for you. We're on day 2 of the hearing to determine if famed entertainer Vybz Kartel and 3 co-accused will be released. One defense attorney outlined the risks of granting a retrial. The men have been in custody since 2011 for the murder of Clive Lizard Williams. Their conviction was quashed earlier this year by the UK-based Privy Council. Natalia Clark was back in court.
If you can't have a fair trial, why have a trial? That's the question put to the court by the defense on day 2 of the hearing to determine if Vybz Kartel and his 3 co-accused will be released after spending almost 13 years behind bars. Attorney John Clark, who represents defendants Andre St. John and Kyra Jones, was the sole speaker in court today. He argues that, similar to other jurisdictions, Jamaica's justice system should adopt a practice where cases are resolved within a specified time frame.
In other jurisdictions like Barbados, the judiciary have decided that ultimately there comes a time when if our justice system can't fully try you and convict you, it will be unjust to make you go back to trial. So in Barbados, in one case, it said 8 years was too long. And we are saying that for us in Jamaica, it is fair that all Jamaicans can come to an understanding that perhaps after 8 years, after 10 years, it's too long to subject Jamaican citizens to that kind of ordeal of another trial and another cost and another expense.
This, he tenders, would compel the judicial system to act with alacrity rather than allowing cases to languish unnecessarily. While presenting his arguments before the 3-judge panel, he reminded that the Court of Appeal took nearly 2 years to deliver a judgment in this case back in 2020, whereas the UK-based Privy Council this year took only a month. Clark believes these delays and their contributing factors must be addressed if a retrial is being considered.
But if we have a system whereby it is taking so long, ultimately what we'll have is that scenarios may happen whereby the guilty are walking because our system realizes that we don't have to do nothing today. We don't have to collect a witness statement today. We can do it tomorrow, and eventually it takes too long. Persons become disinterested, and we have a country which is ridden with crime.
During his roughly 3-hour presentation to persuade against a retrial, he expressed concerns about witnesses being familiar with the expected line of questioning. He urged the court to also consider the availability and willingness of these witnesses to participate in another trial. Additionally, he requested that the panel individually assess each accused man's involvement.
All we're asking the court to do is examine the facts of each appellant and come into a decision as to what is just.
Attorney Isaac Buchanan is representing Adidja Vybz Kartel Palmer and Sean Storm Campbell. The matter resumes Wednesday morning.
So tomorrow we will be going specifically through most of the affidavit evidence that's already before the court, including the medical reports and the psychological reports that were done in relation to some of the appellants, to make the point to the court that it has been an ordeal for these appellants to have to wait for so long, 13 years, and that we are worried that this case may be a precedent for other Jamaicans, poor Jamaicans, who may now have themselves subjected to a system where you can be in custody for 13 years and then subjected to the ordeal of a new trial when your money is essentially done.
Natalia Clark, CVM News.